Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our political science class. And this is the first session of today's class. Okay, so today there are four sessions are there for us. Four classes are there. Okay, so we want to utilize this wisely. Okay, so be ready with your textbook. That is part A. Indian Constitution at work. Indian Constitution at work. Okay. So before that, there's a small program for us. It's called the Art Integration Project. Art Integration Project. Okay. So this time it is compulsory. You want to complete that related with the CBSE program called Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. Okay. So from political science, the Art Integrated Project is that is from textbook part B. Okay, part B. That is we know that political theory. Political theory. Right the name of the textbook. Political theory. Political theory. Chapter number 3. Chapter number 3. Equality. Chapter number 3. Equality. Equality. Okay, and I write down the topic for the project. This intensity of gender discrimination. Intensity of gender discrimination. Intensity of gender discrimination. So pairing state, it is Himachal Pradesh for us. Okay. So the intensity of gender discrimination in these two states, one is Kerala and other is Himachal Pradesh. Himachal Pradesh. No need to write any other aspects. Okay. Like the culture, the topography, or the climate of that region, or something like that. No connection with that. Only the gender inequality, okay, or intensity of the gender inequality in these two states. Only that. Clear. So we know that what is the gender inequality? Gender inequality. So basically, the females are facing number of problems in the society related with inequality, gender inequality. Number of troubles are there for them. Okay. So the intensity or the what you can say. The level of this problem, this gender inequality, is different in both these two states, like Kerala and Himachal Pradesh. And you want to find out what are the basic problem the women basically are they are facing in Kerala and in Himachal Pradesh and what are the various steps that taken by the government to eradicate such kind of problems or emancipate women in both societies, Clear. Emancipate, to support them, to uplift them. Many programs are there. That also want to find out and write. Clear. First of all, want to find the problem. Second one, solution. Okay. Third one, the steps that taken by the government to solve this issue. Issue. Okay. So it is a PPT project. PPT project. Clear. Clear. Okay. Almost like an investigator project. All other parts should be there. All right. Clear. Like the certificates, acknowledgement, and everything should be there. And you should prepare a beautiful PPT and submit by before Christmas. Already I give one, right? Economics. What about other subjects that also before Christmas or after Christmas? Tell me. Then we'll fix the time. Before. Okay. So can we submit by 26th? Okay, I will give extra 1 day for you, 26th. Okay. So complete that by 26th of this month, December 26th. Okay.
You have to take a printout.
PDF. If it is PPT program means printout is compulsory. Printout is compulsory, right? PDF, complete it and convert that into PPT, right? PPT, convert that into PDF and take the printout. No problem. Clear? Okay, guys. Now we will start our lesson now. That is chapter 1, Constitution. Why and how. So far, various things from this chapter is discussed. What are these various things? What are functions of the Constitution, right? Four in a number. We discussed that, and we know the meaning of all these functions here. Okay. Clear? And I give you a homework. Still, no one submitted that. Okay. I didn't check that actually. Okay. Anyone submitted means good. Okay, fine. Only two columns want to fill, right? Okay, I will check that. The authority of the constitution we discussed. For whom the authority reside? Who is powerful to create these rules and regulations we discussed? Okay. In the last class, we almost completed up to here, right? Referendum. Okay. Some countries, before adopting their constitution, okay, they used a technique to adopt it or accept it. It is basically called as a kind of voting termed as a referendum. A referendum. Okay. In this referendum, people can give suggestions related with the constitution. Okay, their consent they can provide to the constitution. But Indian constitution so far not underwent a program called a referendum. Okay, so Indian constitution was never subject to a referendum, but nevertheless carried enormous public authority. Okay, so Indian constitution is a result of long negotiations, deliberations, debates and discussions. Right. Okay, so it is almost like a referendum, The people adopted it as their own by abiding by its provisions, accepting the provisions of the constitution. So almost all the Indians are accepting the Indian constitution and the articles and the provision in the constitutions, rules and regulations in the constitutions, right? I mean, Constitution of India. Clear, who enact the constitution help determine in part its prospects for success. And we are adopted this constitution and accepted that and using that for our own development and success. Okay, and this is the success of the constitution also. Okay, and we want to read a special case of the making of the constitution of Nepal. Constitution of Nepal. Do you know any importance of the country called Nepal or any specialities? I can ask any importance, any specialities of the country called Nepal? Any idea?
King's rule.
A monarchy rule. Kashirya? Ruled by a king. Right?
Yes.
Okay, ruled by the king. Okay, but that changed, Kashirya. Now it is not a monarchical one, it's a democratical one. Okay. Then it was in a recent time. Okay. Nearly 2012, I think so. Okay. Next one. Any other information? Is that a secular state, Nepal? Tell me. Amal Raj.
It's a Hindu.
It is considering as the one of the only one. Yeah. The only one Hindu nation in the world. Only one Hindu nation in the world, Nepal. Anything else? But today it is not like that. A number of other religions also are interlinked with that particular society. Next. Okay. Is that our neighboring country? Nepal is our neighboring country, right or not? Clear? And Nepalis are there in our army? The people from Nepal are there? Are there? A special regiment is there called the Gurkha regiment, only for the people from Nepal. Okay, that special regiment in the Indian Army, the Nepal regiment. Sorry, the Gurkha regiment. Consist of the people from Nepal, young people from Nepal. Anything else about Nepal? What kind of government is there? Is that a socialist government? Or a capitalist government or a mixed economy? Tell me. Okay, so it's a socialist one. We will discuss that. Okay, come back to the textbook. Here, debate over constitution making in Nepal. Making a constitution is not always an easy and a smooth affair. We know that, right? So, number of caricatures showed that making a constitution is not that simple process. Not at all. Nepal is an example of the complicated nature of constitution making. Since 1948, Nepal has had 5 constitutions. Clear or not? Clear. Since 1948 onwards, they are following a different constitution. Nearly 5 constitutions were changed. In 1948 one, 1951 another one, 1959 another one, 1962 and 1990 other constitutions. But all these constitutions were granted by the king of Nepal. Clear? So it was a monarchy, and the constitution is a made by the monarchy. Okay, and the king accepted, I mean, the monarch accepted the constitution. The 1990 constitution introduced a multi-party competition, though the king continued to hold final power in many respects. So the last constitution they amended, or the constitution that made in the year 1990, that giving the chances for the political party to compete in the country, but the final decision by the king. Okay, clear or not? King is all powerful also. That time also king is all powerful. For many years, Nepal was faced with militant political agitations for restructuring the government. So, a number of years, a number of what you can say, the radical people. Basically, we can say that the people with the liberal concepts or liberal principles, they are against the conservatism. They are against the monarch, against the king. Okay, the number of times they agitated, they protested to create changes or make changes in the constitution. For many years, Nepal was faced with militant. Militant means a revolutionary type or a terrorist type activities is called to be a militant political agitation for restructuring the government. The main issue was the role of the monarchy in the constitution of Nepal. So the people, I mean the liberals, the militant political people, they are against the power of the king, power of the king. They want to restructure the government. Restructure the government, they need a democratic government, it seems. Some groups in Nepal wanted to abolish the institution of the monarchy and establish a republican form of government. Okay, some of these people, they want to overthrow the king. Okay, understand? They want to reduce the power of the king, and they have to establish a republican type of government in the sense the constitution is all powerful. Everyone, all are before, all are equal before the constitution. Such kind of government they have to make. Other believed that it may be useful to shift the limited monarchy with a reduced role of the king. So some group think that absolutely we want to change the king and want to create a republican country, and others believed that, some other people believed that no need to completely avoid the king. Okay, want to accept the new constitution. The same time, some powers want to give to the king also. The king himself was not ready to give up powers. He took over all powers in October 2002. Okay, then what happened? King is not ready for any of these changes, and in the year 2002, all power of the government, all the powers of the government that took over all the powers, and the king took over all the powers in the month of October in 2002. Many political parties and organizations demanded the formation of a new constituent assembly. Okay, so many political party leaders and the radical militant people, they also agitated or protested for creating a new constituent assembly to create a new constitution. Okay, the Communist Party of Nepal, Maoist, the Communist Party of Nepal, the specialties there here, Maoist, they are following the Maoist ideas. Maoist ideas. In the Communist Party, there are different types of different leaders are there, like Lenin, Karl Marx, Mao Zedong. Okay, the group of people, they are believing in the idea of one leader. Basically, they will named as, or that party is named after that particular leader. So, Communist Party of Nepal, they are believing in the ideology of Mao Zedong from China. So that party is named as the Communist Party of Nepal, Maoist. Okay, the same time, the Communist Party of India, okay, is there, right, in India, in Kerala, it is there, right? At the same time, one more party that's called to be the Communist Party of India, Marxist. Okay, the Marxist party. So they are believing in Marxism, like that. Okay, so it is the Communist Party of Nepal, Maoist, were the forefront of the struggle for a popularly elected constituent assembly. Finally, under the pressure of popular agitation, the king had to install a government acceptable to the agitating parties. Okay, so all the political parties, they agitated, they started protest movement to make changes in the government. Finally, the king accepted it. Okay, the king accepted the agitated parties demand. This government had stripped the king of almost all powers, and the new government thrown away the king from almost all the powers in the year 2008. Nepal emerged as a democratic republic after abolishing the monarchy. Finally, Nepal adopted a new constitution in the year 2015. 2015. So we are able to come here, understand here. What is that? What is that? The people, they are able to make changes in the constitution. Okay, number of revolutions that taught us. Okay, the French Revolution, the Russian Revolution, the revolution in China, like that, various revolution taught us. People are able to make changes in the constitution. Still today in our country also we are facing the same situation there, right? Okay, in Delhi, Singhu. Okay, what is that? What is going on? A militant, I mean, not a militant protest. Actually, we cannot say that. A protest movement by the farmers are going on against the farm bill. Against the farm bill. Okay, so their main demand is to make a change in the new rule that made by the government. Okay, change the constitution or amend the constitution. That's what their demand. Okay, the government will accept it or not. That is another thing. Anyway, we are not giving any prediction related with that. Okay. Anyway, we are moving to the next topic. So I want to understand here the constitution making in Nepal. What happened in Nepal? So because of the pressure of the people, the government, I mean, the monarch, he accepted. Okay, and finally a new government came into existence, and as a result of that, a new constitution also. Okay. Next one, the substantive provisions of the constitution. Okay, it is the hallmark of the successful constitution that it gives everyone in society some reason to go along with its provisions there. Okay, so always there are a number of meaningful provisions are there in the constitution. There are that provisions make the constitution meaningful actually. Okay, so almost all the constitution will give some good aspect for everyone to accept the constitution. Clear or not? Some good things will be there in a constitution. Okay, so everyone will accept and believe and act as per that in the country. Okay, it is the hallmark of the successful constitution that it gives everyone in the society some reason to go along with its provisions. Okay, so the rich, the poor, okay, irrespective of a class, creed, gender, or sex, everyone will believe the constitution, and the constitution will give some good aspect or good points for everyone to lead a good life in the society. So a constitution that, for instance, allowed permanent majorities to oppress minority groups within the society would give minorities no reason to go along with the provision of the constitution. So remember, for example, we can say that a constitution giving power to the majority to dominate over the minority, right? A constitution, just imagine one constitution that give power to the majority. Okay, what is that power? They are able to dominate over the minority. Clear or not? So, in that situation, the majority will support the constitution, but not the minority. Clear? It is against the minority rights. Yes or no? The constitution is against the minority. So, the minority people, they don't want to believe in the constitution. Okay? Clear? Or a constitution that systematically privileged some members at the expense of others, or that systematically entrenched the power of small groups in the society, would cease to command allegiance. If any group feel their identity is being stifled, they will have no reason for obeyed by the constitution. So, clear. So, the constitution giving powers to a group of people to dominate over other groups, or the constitution helping one group of people to develop with the expense of others. Clear? That time, the people those who facing the constitution, it is a problem. A problem will create there. The people facing problem will not believe in that constitution, or they will not accept that constitution. Okay, so the constitution want to give some special provisions to everyone. So next one, no constitution by itself achieved perfect justice. So we are unable to find the perfect justice in any constitution. Any constitution is impossible to find. Clear? But it has to convince people that it provides the framework for pursuing basic justice. So it is the responsibility of the constitution itself want to make people to believe in that, or creating a sense that it is justice, or it is providing justice for everyone in the society, everyone in the society. Then at the same time, we want to note one thing: no constitutions are there in the country or in the world that can be say as a perfect constitution. Okay, so next one, do this experiment. Okay, so do this thought experiment. Ask yourself this question: what would be the contents of some basic rules in society such that they gave everyone a reason to go along with them? So what kind of such rules are existing in the constitution? Okay, what kind of content is there in the constitution? Okay, that providing some basic rules in the society. Okay, creating a sense of equality, or what do you say, justice to everyone. Just think about that. Okay. Or you can search and find the answers also. Okay. So this is an activity for you. Find out the some rules and regulations that existing in the constitution that providing a good sense or a can you hear me? Hello. Okay, so listen, do this thought experiment. Ask yourself the question: what would be the content of some basic rules in society, such that they give everyone a reason to go along with them? So you should find out these answers. What are the rules and regulations that are existing in the constitution that providing something good for everyone in the society? Okay. The more a constitution preserves the freedom and equality of all its members, the more likely it is to succeed. Does the Indian constitution, broadly speaking, give everyone a reason to go along with its broad outlines? Okay, after studying this book, one should be able to answer these questions in the affirmative, in a positive sense. Clear or not? So Indian constitution is a broad constitution, longest constitution. Okay, and it is able to provide or create a sense that all the people, those living in this society, the Indian society, under the Indian constitution, has or they are able to receive some good things from the constitution to lead a life in the society, Okay, so next one, always we are able to find a balanced institutional design in the constitution. Balanced institutional design, which means the constitution is not giving any special powers to any particular government. So India, we know that we are following the federal system of government. Can anybody tell me what do you mean this federal system of government? Federal system of government, what is that?
Power is divided
Power is divided.
among the organs and the levels of government.
Hmm. So basically, it's federal system, right? So we don't need to discuss about the organs here. Okay, so basically that is related with the levels of the government, right? Not the organs, but the levels. Okay, like the central government, state governments, and the local self-governments. Local self-governments. Power is divided. Power is divided. Okay, to reduce the problems in society, reduce the problems in the society. So giving chances for everyone to participate in decision making. So in local self government, today we know that it's a day, counting day, right? Okay. So within a short time, we will receive news as related with the different parties. Then their seats, majority party will create different governments in a local self level. Okay, like the village panchayat, gram panchayat, the block panchayat, the municipalities, and corporations. Okay, so just observe that. Just watch the news today, right? Okay, what is the trend of our states? Which party is leading? Okay, which party lost the seats? Clear? That is related with the political science. So it is your responsibility. Just observe the news. I told you that I use the term observe. Okay, just not watching, observe it clearly and understand what is the political trend of our society or our state. Okay, for which party the people basically they give their consent to rule the local self governments. Okay, clear or not? So all the people in different period, they will give a clear-cut idea of a person political condition. Okay, their likes and dislikes. Okay, so just observe that. Clear. So we know that there are a number of things are there going on in our society, right? Like one said, BJP and its problem, Congress Party and its problems, and coming to Kerala Communist Party and its problems. It's problems and how people take up or people understood these problems and how they reacted. Okay, so example we can say that come to the BJP party so facing number of issues in this election. What is that? The problem in New Delhi. New Delhi, basically the farmer strike and what the methods that government is, central government is taking to solve that issue. That's a problem for BJP party. If they are solving that problem properly, the support will increase. If they are delaying that or they are not giving a clear cut idea, they will lose support also, support. Next one, the price of the petroleum products increased, price of cooking gas increased. So the BJP government is under pressure now. The political party is under pressure. Coming to the Communist Party of India, a Marxist in Kerala, they are facing a problem with what is that? Related with the smuggling case. One problem is their life mission program problem is there, and what you can say Number of other issues are there related with the scams again and bribery. Scams and bribery. Okay, come to the Congress Party. Congress Party also facing many problems. Their power is reduced in different states. There. Okay, number of leaders are moving from the Congress Party to another party like BJP. And their problem they are facing. Clear. So all these major political parties in Kerala, three fronts are there. NDA. Okay, National Democratic Alliance, BJP led one, and UDF, okay, United Democratic Front. Yes or no? Is that correct or not? UDF. Is that full form correct or not? Actually, I want to ask you people, but I told that. Okay, so LDF, leftist, left Democratic Front. All right, like that, three coalition groups are there, and just to check, observe the news carefully, and find out who rule different corporations, municipalities, and village panchayats, block panchayats, district panchayats, and what we can say, your own village. I already told your own wards. Okay, your own ward. Clear or not? So you're living in a corporation termed as a division. Okay, councillor. Municipality means it's a ward councillor. Okay, so panchayat means it's a ward member, right? Ward member will be here. Okay, so just observe that clearly, and tomorrow I will ask questions from this. Okay, check that properly. Clear. So it is important for a political science students to understand the political trend of the state. Okay, so that's what we discussed. What is that? What is that? How the power is divided in the different levels of the government. Levels of the government. We know that it's a federal system. So the central government is there. Sorry. The central government is there, and the state governments are there, union territories are there, okay, local self-governments are there. But we want to understand one thing there. The constitution is made, okay, and in the constitution, we are able to find there are different provisions to protect the rights of these different governments. Okay, no government will interfere in the power of the other governments. Clear? Okay, so perfect division is there, balanced power is there. Okay, there is no concentration of power, but decentralization of power, balanced power. Okay, so constitutions are often subverted not by the people but by small groups. Okay, who wish to enhance their own power. So sometimes the people will use the constitution to create power for their particular group. They will make use of the provision in the constitution to create themselves powerful. The well-crafted constitution fragmented power in the society intelligently so that no single group can subvert the constitution. So the constitution makers, if they are intelligent, they will not create such kind of situation there. So if the constitution is a single-sided constitution or it is supporting a group of people, that group of people can use the constitution to protect their group and become more powerful. But the intelligent constitution makers will not create such situation. Okay, they will create provisions in the constitution. They will write the provision in the constitution that will not give any chances to any particular group to become powerful by using the constitution. Is that idea clear or not? Is this idea clear or not? Okay, so one way of such intelligent design of the constitution is to ensure that no single institution acquires monopoly of power. Okay, so no single institution. We know that in the federal system, I already told you that all these governments have different powers. No government will interfere in the powers of the other governments in our country. Okay, so in the constitution that is perfectly written. Okay, if it is not written so, it will lead to some problem there. This is often done by the fragmented power across different institutions. The Indian constitution, for example, horizontally fragmented power across different institutions like the legislature, executive, and the judiciary. Okay, so the horizontal power division is there. Okay, power division within the groups of organs of the government. We already studied that horizontal power division and vertical power division. Remembering that in the class 10 first chapter we studied that the power sharing, right? Remembering that. Okay, power sharing and federalism, vertical division of the power and the horizontal division of the power. And here it is horizontal fragmentation. What is that? Legislature, executive, and judiciary. So legislature is independent from executive and judiciary, and executive is independent from legislature and judiciary. Okay, and the judiciary is independent from legislature and executive. Clear? Okay, it is three watertight compartments. So will not mix. Different functions are there for all these three different organs of the government, and even independent statutory bodies like the election commission. And election commission also is there under the rule and regulation. Who is the present election commissioner of India? Chief Election Commission of India? Nonsense. Fine. Who is the present election commission of Kerala? Find out these two things for tomorrow. Okay. By observing the news, you are able to find it today itself. Okay. Clear. The present election commissioner of Kerala and chief election commissioner of India. These two answers. Not just learning the textbook, extra knowledge should be there. Understand? Additional. Okay, this ensures that I already told you that you people learning just not only for scoring marks, but a future is there for you people, right? You want to write a number of examinations there, so you want to start the procedure now. Okay, clear. You want to start it now, then only you are able to do something in the future. Clear. Don't think that in the future I will do everything all of a sudden means it is impossible. Okay, step by step you want to move forward, so learn all those things there. But don't think that after 5 years the same people will be there in the post. That is changing. Okay, just keep it in your mind. What is that? Updations needed. Updations needed. So political science is like this. What is that? Always updations are there. We want to update ourselves. Update ourselves. If updation is not there, we can still say that India is under the rule of the Congress government. The Prime Minister is Jawaharlal Nehru, right? Which is not updated. Huh? Yes or no? Where our knowledge is not updated, still it is that, right? But change, we know that, right? So updation is necessary. Updations are necessary. Okay. That's here. This ensures that even if one institution wants to subvert the constitution, other can check it transgressions. Okay, so if any one group of people are using the constitution to improve their power, other groups can use the same constitution and they can question them. Okay, they can check. Okay, they can block such kind of usage by that group. An intelligent system of checks and balances has facilitated the success of the Indian constitution. So, Indian constitution we are able to find checks and balances. Checks and balances. Okay, if anybody is using the constitution for their own benefit, other groups also have the same power or the same constitution to block such kind of usage. Block such kind of usage. Okay, example, right to constitutional remedies is there in the fundamental right. Yes, right to the constitutional remedies is there. Right against exploitation is there. Okay, so checks and balances are there. Another important aspect of the intelligent institutional design is the constitution must strike the right balance between the certain values, norms and procedures and authoritative, and at the same time allow enough flexibility in its operations to adapt to changing needs of circumstances. Okay, so Indian constitution, we know that it is partially rigid and partially flexible. Partially rigid and partially flexible. If some cases or some time we want to make some changes in the constitution, so the constitution provision in the constitution itself provisions are there to make changes. Changes there. All right? Clear or not? Okay, so if any rules and regulations are not adequate to meet the necessary or meet the present circumstances, we want to make changes in the constitution. For example, the constitution makers, they don't know about the Facebook, right? They don't know about WhatsApp. Clear? They're not predicted anything like that. So cyber laws are the need of today's era, right? Cyber rules are necessary. Yes or no? So cyber rules are there in the constitution. Are there or not? Are there? Added. Okay. Clear or not? So it is partially flexible. We can add or we can make changes. Okay. Too rigid a constitution is likely to break under the weight of change. A constitution that is on the other and too flexible. So we are impossible to make changes in the fundamental rights. That's the rigid part of the constitution. Rigid part of the constitution and the rights of the different governments. That also not that possible to change. So that's a part of the rigid part of the constitution. Okay, will give no security. If it is too flexible, the constitution is too flexible, will give no security. Predictability. Sorry. Okay, predictability or identity of to the people. Successful constitutions strike the right balance between preserving core values and adapting them to the new circumstances. Okay, so I already told you that Indian constitution is partially rigid and partially flexible. Okay, so we can say that the constitution will protect the will of the people through some particular part in the constitution, like the fundamental rights. Okay, at the same time, related with the present circumstances, if you want to make some changes in the constitution, okay, the flexible side of the constitution allowing that also, clear or not? We are able to change that. We are able to change that. Okay. You will notice that wisdom of makers of the Indian Constitution in the chapter on the Constitution as a living document, chapter number 9, we will learn that the Indian Constitution is described as a living document because as per the changes, okay, or need of the period of time, we are able to make changes in the Constitution. Okay, that's what I already told you people. What is that? At the period 1946 to 1949, the people might not heard about the cyber laws, cyber crimes. Okay, like the crimes related with internet, okay, or social media. Today, we are able to find such kind of rules in the constitution. Okay, so the new governments added that rules in the constitution by amending that, by changing the constitution or adding some new rules in the constitution, right? Yes or no? So that's what the flexible part of the constitution. So just to keep this idea in your mind. Okay. So the constitution has ensured that it will survive as a document respected by people. This arrangement also ensures that no section or group can on its own subvert the constitution. So which means, the Indian Constitution is a living document, so we can say that no group of people are able to use this constitution for their own self-development or creating power for their own particular group. Clear? It is equal to everyone, Therefore, in determining whether a constitution has authority, you can ask yourself 3 questions. Okay, so we will discuss that in the next class. So the people, those who joined lately, please write down the Art Integrated Project for Political Science. Art Integrated Project for Political Science. Want to submit by 26th of December. Okay, it is from the textbook. Part B, Political Theory. Part B, Political Theory. Chapter number 3. Name of the chapter is Equality. And it's a PPT presentation. Right? Okay, PPT presentation. The topic is intensity of gender equality in Kerala and Himachal Pradesh. So compare both these states and write about the problem of gender discrimination in both these states. Gender discrimination in both these states. Okay, the problem facing the women in both these states and the solution for the problems and the steps that taken by the government to emancipate or uplift women in both these 2 states. Clear? Okay, so that's it. So pass the message. We can discuss. Again, you can complete the task and submit that by 26th. Okay, everyone, thank you. We will meet in the next class and winding up the first session of today. Bye.